What is up, everybody? It is Monday, November 4th. I took 3 trades today and I ended up actually green. Although I did tell myself I was not going to trade today because of the election tomorrow. I've never traded through an election year, so I don't know what to expect. Tomorrow, I more than likely will not trade. If I do take anything, it may just be an eval or on paper, just because I want to protect my capital. Today, though, we did have some really good setups, so let's get into what I was looking at in the market. So on the 4-hour time frame, I had noticed for the morning session, I marked out equilibrium of that latest drop down from here to here on this range. I think price might want to come up here. That was my thinking at first. Now looking back at the chart, I don't think so anymore, just because of how this candle may end up closing overall. And so on the 4-hour time frame, what I was looking for at 10 o'clock was to see if we were going to end up getting a 4-hour close below this bearish or bullish fair value gap. And if we didn't, then I was going to end up taking longs to try to go to the upside and hit this draw on liquidity, which, as you can see, we obviously didn't get. But after 10 o'clock, we did get that close above it. Now, the only thing that kind of had me bearish was the fact that at 10 o'clock, we did close below this 1-hour fair value gap. And we were creating bearish structure. Now, it does still look bearish overall on the 1 hour, so I do think we're going to end up going lower. But this right here, I wanted to see that price was going to hold, and we didn't, unfortunately. But the 4-hour gave me confidence that we would. As you can see, this 1-hour candle right here from 9 to 10, we closed below that. And the reason why I still was bullish was because we dropped all the way down, taking out all of this low resistance liquidity down into the previous day low, leaving the previous week low untapped. So that was very interesting that we did that. And that kind of led to a little bit of uncertainty for me in the morning, where we dropped so close to it, but we didn't grab it. And then coming on higher, I just didn't feel confident taking longs unless we had a 15-minute candle close above this bearish fair value gap, which originally had pushed us down. We did have a 15-minute fair value gap here as well after the open, that if we did get a close above that, it would be nice. But the first trade I actually took was before that 15-minute candle close. Now, yes, we did tap into the previous day low. Yes, I could have gotten into longs right at the close of this candle, targeting this high right there. But like I said, I'm still adapting back to this kind of price action, because this is what we used to get back in June and July. These were pretty risky entries, but more often than not, they played out in my favor. But lately, as of August to September and a little bit of October, they weren't working out like that. So I hold off for more confirmation on my trades now. And so I skipped this whole move. And I was waiting to see if we were going to end up getting a bearish fair value gap get created, and then get that push on up over it, and then, you know, take a long trade, just because we just completely bounced off of that. It was a very strong V-shaped recovery there. So once we got that 1-minute bearish fair value gap, I market ordered in at the next candle. As you can see, this was my entry right here. I waited for a little bit of a retrace, put my stop below that low. Now on this trade, I decided to take off the trade. I didn't like being in this trade knowing that we had no kind of confirmation above that. And so I was just thinking to myself, look, it is the election week. I entered something without that strong confirmation that I usually like. So I'm just going to take my gain at break even pretty much. And as you can see, that's exactly what I did here. I closed it out. And that was it for that trade. I wanted to wait for further confirmation higher. And unfortunately, had I kept that trade, my target was actually this swing high right here. Had I kept that trade, I would have made a very nice profit overall on the day. So I waited to see if there were any kind of other entries. Here we saw a bullish fair value gap get inverted. I knew people were going to end up getting short on this, thinking, oh, it's going to go back down. But as you can see on the higher time frame order flow, you would skip something like this, because you know that price is delivering bullish order flow on the higher time frame. So you're looking for long entries, which is what we got here, where price creates this bearish fair value gap, moves back on up. I market ordered in at the start of the next candle. I put my stop below this low, and as you can see, price almost stops me out, but it doesn't, and it then shoots back up. Now here I closed out my position because I had it to make it break even right there, and I would have gotten stopped out anyway. And I, again, same thinking. I was like, you know what? I don't like the way price is moving here in this consolidation. I don't feel good about this, and something in me is just telling me I should get out of this trade. Overall, though, I think it would have hit 1 to 2 almost. That's the short entry. Let's take a look at that. So if I had my entry right there, stop below that low, a 1 to 2, oh, not even close, right? My take profit was actually up here, and it would have never gotten hit. I would have gotten stopped out at break even. So here I took some gain off. Obviously not ideal risk to reward. It was a 0.5, but I just decided, you know what? I'm just going to scalp today. So I just kept eyeing the market, seeing what it was going to do. Once we started getting this move on down and we displaced below a 15-minute fair value gap that was here. I didn't mark it out, but I just saw it. When I saw this move right here where we had a move on up, get that bearish fair value gap or that bullish fair value gap become an inversion, then I market order in at the next one, and I take the majority of it off at this low, or I pretty much take all of it off at that low. And I decided, yeah, I'm just going to scalp today. Even though this trade did hit almost a 1 to 2, I was trying to target previous week low, but I was like, you know what, I'm just going to scalp today because I'm not trying to mess around in this market. So yeah, 2 scalps that worked out, 2 W's and 1 break even. Did lots of good setups, but I was just so torn in my head just because of the fact that it is an election week, and I don't, like I said, I don't know what to expect. But the price action was beautiful. It played out very well, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. We will know by tomorrow night who our new president will be for next year, so that'll be exciting or scary, depending on how you feel. But yeah, hopefully you guys ended up green today. I really hope you guys didn't blow up your accounts. I don't see why you would have. I mean, playing longs anywhere here would have worked really. But yeah, I can't wait for the rest of this week, guys, and I will catch you all tomorrow. Peace.